Έχουμε στην άλλη άκρη της γραμμής από το Λονδίνο τους Matters Unknown, το καινούριο εξαιρετικό σχήμα από πραγματικά τη μία σκηνή της Βρετανίας στο κομμάτι της jazz. Johnny, welcome to Channel One.
Hi, good afternoon. Thank you very much for having me. Thanks for all the listeners at home.
My pleasure. All right, so first of all, tell us about your wonderful new album, We Aren't Just. Johnny.
Okay, so We Aren't Just is my debut record coming out as a solo artist, as Matters Unknown. It came out 2 weeks ago on the great label based in the UK called New Soil. It covers an expanse of different African diasporic traditions coming from the States, coming from the Caribbean, coming from West Africa. It also touches base with a lot of physical and emotional challenges I've come to terms with in my life so far. It's a very broad sounding record, but also one that has a very strong message behind it of, overcoming challenges and getting deep inside ourselves so that we can expose our vulnerabilities if they take control of us. So, yeah,
it's a wonderful album. It's like a spiritual journey through the sound, you know. It's a wonderful album, really. Is there really a jazz scene in London nowadays, Johnny?
Is there really a jazz scene in London today?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a funny question, but yes, I would say yes, there is. So we're actually in the middle of London Jazz Festival right now.
All right.
It's just started this last week with the first events going on yesterday and the day before. It's a really exciting time in the British sort of improvised music scene. There's lots of bands that are making it into international recognition. Like, for instance, today, here I am on Greek radio, debuting my record. And, there's also so many other artists coming up at the moment that you must get, must follow as well on a bunch of different record labels. It seems like the media is definitely paying attention to England right now for the improvised music scene, for sure.
It's really good, yeah, I can tell. So, can we talk about a fantastic track? I'm talking about Other Side. What a fantastic song, really. Tell us a few details about.
So, Other Side is a tune. Originally, I composed this tune in the middle of lockdown in 2020 as a way of expanding my breath on the tuba. So I play multiple instruments: the trumpet, the tuba, play drums, piano, and so I was writing a lot of music on my own. And this kind of came up to me while I was just writing some melodies based around certain intervals, which I really found very. It really felt like the sound of expansion, so you'll hear the bass underpinning it all is on tuba, and it almost has a melody of its own. And then, so once I composed the original sort of backing bit, I invited my friend Olivia Bhattacharjee to accommodate some vocals onto it, and we shared sort of a vision of overcoming. She also had lost a family member over that first lockdown period during COVID. She'd lost someone very close to her, and so this song's sort of about the fact that once you get through these things, it's really yourself that will be taking the journey, and you also you can only take recognition for the journey of yourself through these troubles, and you'll be a much bigger and better person on the other side of these troubles or travels, whatever it is you're going through. It's your own light that will get you through, and that we have to, also accept that we're not alone in the world. We have to accept that we are held by other people around us, and be welcoming to that too. So it's about overcoming that track, I would say.
You have to keep going. You're right.
Well, there's no real option, is there? Our choices are we go. That's it.
Yeah. Johnny, can you tell us about your influences as a musician, as an artist?
Absolutely, of course. I've been very lucky that from a young age I've been learning the piano. My parents made me get lessons from the age of 5, which was an incredible resource. I actually didn't pay that much attention to it when I was growing up, and then now that I've grown up, all of the stuff that I learned on piano has now it's underneath my fingers. So when I'm writing and composing, I find it very easy to try and translate my spiritual message onto the instrument. But musically, I would say that I was at age 10, I got my first Louis Armstrong CD. Mm-hmm. So there's a big New Orleans jazz influence in what I do. There's a big West African and East African influence in the music that I write. So from collaborating with people like Pat Thomas and Mulatu Astatke alongside another band. I play in a band called Nubian Twist as well, who are a big part of the sort of Afro-jazz UK scene. And then also I had the opportunity to go and study for a couple of months in Cuba and in New Orleans. So those places play a particular, part of my musical tradition and my upbringing. So then, but alongside that, my favourite trumpet player is Donald Byrd. By a long stretch, he's my favourite.
Wonderful. All right, Johnny, thank you very much for your time. Hope to see you here in Athens for a gig. Why not? All right.
I would love it. Let's make it happen. Come on, bring me there.
I'll do my best. Thank you very much again, Johnny. Bye-bye. Take care.
Take care. Nice one. Bye. Bye.